MMSC Race Fest 2015, a race weekend at the Buddh International Circuit, which played host to multiple one-make championship races from the likes of Honda, Suzuki, TVS, and even Toyota. And we got to spend some time with the Honda racing team as they went about their business. Honda has been conducting its one-make championship for almost 7 years now and currently runs two categories: the CBR250R for novice riders and the CBR250R for experts. And the chance to get our hands on the CBR250 race bike was just too good to pass up.
Now this might look like a standard CBR250 that you get for road use, but the differences are quite drastic between the road bike and the race bike. Let's start with a few changes. The first thing that's changed, of course, is the weight. Honda has dropped some 50 to 20 kilos on the bike. There is no headlight. In fact, even the whole tail panels have been changed. There's no tail lights, no indicators. All you get is lightweight plastic for the bodywork, and even the seat is missing. In place of the seat, we have this thin foam right here, which acts like the seat for the rider. Now, in terms of engines, there aren't any massive modifications. Of course, the bike does run with multiple maps in the ECU, and they can be toggled with this switch right here on the handlebars. The rider can switch between multiple maps, say one for a race start and one for the rest of the race. It has a high flow filter. It has a free flow exhaust as well from Endurance, which gives it its raspy sound. Now, there also is a big difference in terms of sprocketing. Now, what Honda has done for the expert class for the CBR250 is that they provide multiple size sprockets for the front and for the rear. So the riders can pretty much choose, or the team mechanics can help the riders choose what sort of gearing they want for a particular track, for a particular rider's style of riding. Honda has put these adjustable rear set foot pegs on the bike that are machined completely in aluminium. And a very interesting take on the quick shifter has been done on this bike as well. So instead of having a regular quick shifter setup, what Honda has is a button on the left handlebar right here. So if you want to shift gears really quickly, you can keep the throttle wide open and just push that button. It will cut ignition for a short second, and you can upshift without cutting the throttle altogether. Now, one very important aspect that has been developed for this bike are those bespoke Mrf tires that have been made just for racing for Honda. Now, these are radial tires, and they're also dual compound, which means the center bar of the tire is a much harder compound while the sides are much softer.
The end result of all this work is a CBR250 that feels like a proper race bike. Super sharp handling, unending grip, snappy acceleration, and a top speed of nearly 180 km per hour. Of course, with my 105 kilo bulk, 155 km per hour is the best I saw. But what really stood out on the bike were the brilliant MRF racing tires and the suspension setup, which is a significant improvement over the road bike. The CBR250, however, wasn't the finale of my weekend. Saturday afternoon saw Honda open up the track to some of their big bike owners for a few laps. And guess who got in on that action?
Now, the atmosphere at BIC is absolutely electric. We've got racing, we've got a stunt show, we've got a huge crowd gathered here. But what I'm most excited about is this bike right here. The CB1000R is one of my favorite leader class naked bikes. And in fact, this is the exact same bike that I tested years ago at my previous job. And today I get to take this out on the track for a few laps.
While this big naked lacked the sharp handling of the 250 racer, it more than made up for it with its outright speed and acceleration. Down the back straight, I saw 250 km per hour and experienced just how much toll such speeds take on your body without clip-on handlebars and a full fairing to tuck behind. At the end of my 5 laps, I pulled into the pits with burning arm muscles and an extremely satisfied grin on my face. The culmination of the weekend was Saurabh Kumar taking 2 back-to-back victories, the second one on a rain-soaked track which handed him enough points to take home the 2015 championship trophy in the CBR250 class.
Today, one more thing is it's a difficult race, I can say second race, because it's a wet and dry, something like that. So it's a very difficult race and you have to manage to finish the race because we are leading the championship points. You have to win, at the same time you are not supposed to crash also. I don't want to lose my points in the championship points. So anyway, I managed to finish first and I am leading the championship. So it's happy to be here.
It was an exciting race weekend where we got to see firsthand just how the Honda One Make Racing Series is providing budding racers a platform to establish themselves in the arena of motorcycle racing. And with some of the top riders from here also getting a seat in the Honda Asia Dream Cup, the company is taking Indian talent to an international level as well. All we can say is that we really wish more motorcycle makers would take racing seriously. But we are glad that at least a few are.